and game. Right. So, pwede niyong i-chat yung questions niyo or pwedeng mag-raise ng hand, unmute, and share away. Game. Meron ba may tanong? Magtititigan muna tayo, papakiramdaman, di ba? Kinakabahan niyo pa ba kung mukha akong mapagkakatiwalaan with my balbas and all? Game, go lang. Naiinis na nga yung asawa ko kasi mukha raw akong terorista. Last Friday, share muna ako ng konti habang wala pang tanong. Ah, Naglakad ako sa SM with ankle weights. Tapos, sa likod ng SM merong bench doon. Tapos upo lang ako nung una kasi napagod ako. Tapos nahiga ako kasi may iba rin naman nakahiga sa ibang bench. Tapos nakatulog na pala ako. So mga 1.5 hours yung tulog ko doon. Tinatanong ng mga tao, hala, buti hindi ka nanakawan, all that. Tapos sa isip ko, baka mas mukha pa ako magnanakaw kaysa dun sa parang, baka yung dialogue na yan. Huwag natin nakawan yan. Kabaro din natin yan. Anyway. Okay, so, yeah, questions, go ahead, ask them away. Meron ba? Key questions in your life right now. So, mas okay yung relevant sa sitwasyon ninyo. Wag yung mga, paano ba nabuo yung universe? Yan. So, medyo wala masyadong ano yan, kwenta in our life. So, something you're trying to improve, something you're trying to sort out, anything you want to have more clarity, less confusion about. You can type your questions.
Hello, coach. Ako
Oh,
po,
go ahead.
magte lang ako.
Yeah. Sige ma'am, go ahead. What do you have in
Hello
mind?
po. Ayan. Hello po, everyone. I'm Mabel. Ayan. Excited nakapag-join in po ako ngayon.
Hmm,
Actually, coach, ano pa rin to with regards pa rin kasi parang buong araw ko siya iniisip eh. So, buti na
right.
lang nakita ko yung Zoom link. Mga sabi ko meron. Yung ano po, yung kanina nga, di ba, may question ako sa'yo na about sa like yun nga yung sa manifestation and
Mhm.
everything and then kumbaga meron ka dun tinanong sa akin na parang talagang ano napaisip talaga ako. Marami nga yun, talagang buong araw ko siyang iniisip. So, ang ano ko dun, ano coach, gusto ko lang marinig marinig ikaw na nagsasalita compare sa chat. With
Sure.
regards din kasi sa mga tanong ko rin, ganun po, yung mga insights
Right.
din.
Mm. Sige, so I'll kind of recap rin for
Sige
others
po.
what we talked about. So for context, si Maeve is one of my mentees. Okay? So she asked me about ano yung thoughts ko about manifestation. So I'll just read through some of my answers sa kanya. Ano yung beliefs ko about manifestation. So malamang narinig nyo na yun na manifestation, different circles and stuff. So even in the world of manifestation, meron kasing iba't ibang schools of thought or parang spectrums kung paano pinapractice, no? So merong side to it na it's more the law of attraction. So pag sinabing law of attraction, you desire something so earnestly, the universe gives it to you. Ikaw kumbaga parang hinihila mo papunta sa'yo yung mga bagay na gusto mo talaga, di ba? So that requires na malinaw sa'yo yung gusto mo, di ba? And then like strongly desire it, okay? And then there's the other side naman na it's more law of alignment, okay? Wherein sa law of attraction, parang less work or no work nga at all eh. Parang you don't have to work for it, you just have to attract it, okay? Sa law of alignment naman, there's work that needs to be done. Ang work na yun is more in positioning yourself para mas ma-receive kung ano yung mga desires mo. So pareho yung about desires, like clarifying what you really want, okay? Knowing what you really want. Pero yung law of attraction is more no work required. Law of alignment is like mas may kailangan kang trabahuhin, okay? So yung pag magkaiba yung schools of thought, pag sinabing minamanifest ko 'to, pero ang mas pinapiniwalaan niya is law of attraction, more on ano yun, parang minamanifest ko 'to na hindi ako mag-e-effort. Pero yung other side naman is mina-manifest ko 'to, ano yung mga kailangan kong gawin para mapalapit ako dun, okey? Either way, for different people, they say it works, okay? From my end naman, the scientific side is what I see, no? So there's this part of our brain called the RAS, okay? Or it's actually a function, so part of the brainstem, reticular activating system, okay? So ito yung part of our brain na yung fino-focus mo, okay, mas nag-e-expand, okey? So it basically supports yung statement na what you focus on expands. Okay? So the more you think about something, the more na you pay attention to something, the more you notice things that are related to that in your world, no, in reality. So in essence, when you say, yeah, nagma-manifest ako ng something, nilinaw mo yung bagay na yun, and you pay more attention into it, um, then suddenly makakita ka ng opportunities o mga tao or like signs around you na, ito mas totoo 'to and stuff. So, napapalapit ako dun sa ginugusto ko, eh. The scientific side of that is yung awareness mo talaga is tumataas. The more you focus on something, mas hyper-aware ka na with that something and everything that's in your world na related doon. Many times, puwedeng andun nag-e-exist na yung mga stuff na yun na related to what you desire. Pero dahil di ka pa nagfo-focus talaga dun sa desire na yun, hindi mo naman napapansin yung ibang opportunities or signs na related naman doon in the first place. Nung nag-focus ka, tumaas yung awareness mo, mas napapansin mo yung mga stuff na related to it. Okay? So that's how it goes, like from a scientific level. And then, pag sa execution na, syempre, kunyari, if I desire, like, let's say, more money in my life, then makakita ko ng more opportunities for creating money. Okay? As long as I pay attention to that. Okay? So pwede kasing the desire is there, pero walang enough attention being fed to the desire. So hindi pa rin siya nag-work. Kasi fleeting lang yung desire, even if it's genuine. Yan. So kailangan pa rin natin piliin saan mapupunta yung attention natin. Does that make sense as a concept? Yeah. So we can act, we're basically one attention shift away to a better life. If malinaw sa atin kung ano yung shape and form of that better life that we desire, what matters is, okay, I choose to pay attention to this desire. And mas mapapansin mo, moving forward, mga tao, circumstances, even, alam mo yan, parang makakarinig ka lang ng kinakanta ng kapitbahay mo sa video, tapos marirelate mo dun sa... It can be crazy. Okay? It can be crazy to the point na, basta naglalakad lang ako sa daan, may makikita lang ako, tapos marirelate ko sa self-growth. Hindi yun dahil, hindi yun dahil ganun na ako dati pa. It's just that, nasa season ako ng buhay ko na self-growth is something that's really important to me, and I pay attention to it most of the time. So parang everything to me right now is in the lens of self-growth. So another way of explaining that is nag-iiba nga yung lenses na suot natin. So example, pag naka-shades ka and then yung lens nun is kulay red, lahat ng makikita mo is red. If yung shades ay black, then lahat na ng makikita mo is black. May filter, di ba? By which you're seeing the world through. That's how like the RAS works. Okay? You can feed it with specific information and at the same time focus ulit-ulit on that specific information. Yeah. It's a way to rewire the brain. Yeah. Any follow-up questions with this from the group? Anything you'd like to clarify? Go ahead. Hindi ako nangangain. Naniningil lang ako pero joke lang. Bombay na Bombay, naniningil lang. Yeah. May follow-up questions pa with that? Anything you found useful with that? Like, paano gamitin yung RAS? Okay. So parang if you look at it from from a manifestation point of view, of course there's circles of people in different communities. Manifestation in itself, law of attraction, the mystical side of like self-growth, may communities kasi yun eh. No? So there's people, practitioners, different stuff. So may mentors, maybe students, may mga kasabayan, kind of stuff. Nare-reinforce yung focus on certain things. Kasi may back and forth tayo with people na halos pareho din yung stuff that they're trying to manifest in their own journey. Okay? So, being surrounded by other people, support system, na binabalik sa'yo, nagsaserve sila as a mirror, dun sa desires na meron ka, that's gonna be helpful as well. So, kunyari, malinaw na sa'yo yung desire mo, share it with one other person. If you get enough interactions with that person, babalik at babalik kayo dun sa mapag-uusapan nyo yun. Okay? What if yung other person yun is yun din yung gusto niya? Yun din yung trip niya sa buhay, yun din yung ini-aim for niya ngayon. So, nare-reinforce pa lalo, dumadami yung instances na nare-remind kayo. Okay? So, that's how powerful naman having a support system or a community is, as long as malinaw din na share nyo sa isa't isa yung desires ninyo. Okay? Minsan di nila kailangan na parang, o sige, anong gagawin ko mismo para masuportahan ka dyan? Okay? Minsan, just topic lang ng conversation tapos na pag-uusapan nyo, it reinforces na yung direction mo, yung desire mo. Na-inspire ka kapag may kausap ka about the things that you really want, di ba? And then kapag mas less rin naman yung kausap mo, it can be a very lonely thing to pursue. No? Ayan. Okay. Anything else? Any questions? Yeah, nagiging mas conscious and coach expand about alignment. Sige. So, ano kasi, ang daming pwedeng maging iba't ibang personal meanings ng certain words to each person. Okay? Lalo na yung mga words na hindi naman natin normal na ginagamit. Example, alignment. So parang, it's a concept na pwedeng, to some people, alignment can look like, this is what's peaceful for me. This is what's aligned to me. Okay? So, mag-i-stay ako dito. Anything that disturbs this peace is not aligned with me. Okay? The other side of that is, lahat ba ng hindi aligned sa atin is gonna be harmful? Lahat ba ng pwedeng maka-destroy sa peace, sense of peace, or comfort natin is meant to destroy us or is meant to harm us? Parang, sinasabihin ako ng nanay ko dati na bakit nandito na naman yung medyas mo? Ba't hindi mo ilagay doon sa labahan? Okay? So, that's something na parang kinainisan ko parang, ah, medyas lang naman yun eh, stuff. So, mas aligned ako na kung saan-saan napupunta yung damit ko. Okay? Pero kung nakinig ako sa nanay ko before, hindi na kami nag-aaway ng asawa ko ngayon. Like, kind of a crazy example, pero very personal. So hindi ako aligned sa paglalagay ng labahan sa ano ba, sa laundry basket. Okay? Ibig sabihin ang normal ko is basta parang ang dialogue ng nanay ko is para kung ahas na nag-shed ng skin. Okay? Na kung saan ako nag-shed ng skin, doon lang yung damit ko and stuff. And then, bahala na. Okay? Hindi ako aligned sa paglalagay ng maduming damit sa laundry basket. Pero it could have benefits for me if kung sakaling I listen to the other side. Okay? So, tricky yung alignment kasi very personalized na yung meaning nun for every person. Okay? And then, hindi rin naman ibig sabihin na kapag hindi aligned, it is always harmful. Yan. Um, Yun nga lang, when you start to label something, you also start to influence people. And uh, that is a powerful dynamic sa relationships na binibuild natin with whoever. Once there's a label for something, mas may influence na yun sa atin. Um, regardless if uh, regardless if 100% that actually applies or pwede rin naman na hindi. Okay. Hmm. A few examples lang in my head, no? So parang ako, I have ADHD. Okay. So there's people I talk to now when I share I have ADHD. Um, ang una nilang sinasabi is, so di madali ka ma-distract, di ka nakakapag-focus. Because that's their understanding of ADHD. And then I also met people who have the same condition and their experiences the same with me na it's more hyper-focused on something. Nakakalimutan namin kumain. Nakakalimutan namin maligo. Nakakalimutan na, hindi naman excuse yun na yung ligo. Ako lang yun, yung iba hindi naman. So, nakakalimutan ko kumain. Nakakalimutan maligo. Walang sense of time. Walang masyadong sense of what's happening around us. Minsan nakakalimutan mo anong araw na and stuff when you're immersed in what you do. And that's actually the other side of it. Hyper-focus, hindi lang being distracted. Kasi ADHD naman talaga is the difficulty to regulate focus. So minsan sumasobra, minsan kulang. It's not the usual understanding lang na madali ka ma-distract. Okay? That's one side. Okay? Pero depende sa understanding talaga ng isang person about a label. And doon din iikot yung interactions niya with that specific label. Diba? Eh, hindi naman tayo masyadong, alam mo yun, parang wala tayong masyadong oras na aralin lahat ng, hindi natin trabaho yun. Diba? When you hear something, i-research ko ba yan talaga ng todo-todo hanggang sa maintindihan ko and stuff. If we do that, maubos yung oras natin for other stuff. I guess with this, what you should just be conscious about at any point in time, more than your labels, is who am I now and who I want to be. If you can answer that, even in simple terms, like clear, simple terms, you're all good. You're in a good place. Because there's a starting point and there's something to aim for. Ibig sabihin, nasa proseso ka na ngayon. You're not meant to be stagnant or stuck. Pwedeng minsan ma-feel mo mabagal ka, pero nasa proseso ka pa rin. Magkaiba kasi yung hindi mo ma-identify, sino ba ako ngayon? Even if it's just a part of you right now. And then hindi mo rin ma-identify, sino ba yung gusto kong maging? Even just a part of that right now. Pag walang point A and point B, walang conscious progress na pwede mong ma-measure o pwede mong ma-appreciate. So as long as, kahit ano pang labels, conditions where we're at right now, if you're familiar with, okay, this is a part of my point A, this is a part of my point B, I'm a work in progress. That is something that can be celebrated. Yeah. Okay, so we're open pa rin tayo to any questions, any curiosities, concerns, whatever it is that you're trying to sort out. Go, Kat.
Ay, yan. Nag-unmute na ako. Hi, Kage. I'm just so curious about this question for a while now. Like, for example, meron tayong ginagawa or goal, and then may mga struggles na dumadating. Di ba parang feeling ko there's two kinds of people. Yung isa, parang tinitake yung challenges na yan as a sign, parang, or as a way to prove how much they want yung goal na yon. Like, halimbawa, talagang china-challenge ako. So parang yung nagiging dating dun sa iba, parang mas mapapatunayan ko how much I want to achieve this goal. While others take those challenges parang as a sign naman, parang to stop, or parang, alam mo yun, parang kumbaga parang sign siya na it's not something for you. So, siguro parang yun, doon ako nahihirapan sa discernment na yun. I mean, wala akong maisip na current situation. Pero I mean, in general, tingin ko lang there's a thin line that separates yung dalawa. Na parang kailan mo sasabihin yung challenge na yun ay binibigay sa'yo to prove you really want something, or yung challenge na yun ay binibigay sa'yo to make you realize it's not for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Sobrang gandang question. I found two answers from my own journey and like usual patterns of people. So one is found in importance. Okay? Gaano ka-importante yung tinatry mong i-achieve o tinatry mong i-accomplish. The level of challenge na kaya mong i-take on is relevant or willing ka to take on. Di na necessarily kaya. Willing ka na tiisin, willing ka na harapin, willing ka na i-figure out, willing ka to pour resources into, even willing ka to ask for help for. Okay? Um, is depende kung gaano ka-importante yung bagay na yun sa'yo. The more important it is, the more, kumbaga kung mas malalim yung hugot mo about it, the more meaningful it is for you. You'll fight for it regardless if there's chances to lose, regardless if you don't know the outcome, regardless of if it's hard and you don't know how to navigate it fully. The less important it is, it's something you're willing to let go of. Yeah, so that's one. Yung pangalawa is a capability. So it's a matter of, yung isa is gaano ka-importante yung tinatry kong i-reach. Yung pangalawa is, kaya ko ba talaga to? That's related to confidence, to self-esteem, to the courage of a person, even yung skills na na-build niya na along the way. Kasama dyan yung support system and environment na meron siya, yung settings that the person is in. Are the odds not being in the person's favor is okay lang kapag stable yung level ng capability. And it's weird kasi there's people, recorded to pero sabihin ko may kilala tayong ganito, di ba? Yung wala naman talaga siyang kwenta in execution, pero feeling niya kaya niya yung goal niya. Not to diss any person, pero kasi totoo may ganong person na parang feeling, basta alam natin yun na may ganong person na parang wala naman talaga maaambag tong taong to. With the level ng execution niya, performance niya, work ethic niya, ganyan yung stuff. Pero yung level ng ambition niya and then parang yung drive niya for pursuing that specific direction, parang sobra-sobra dun sa kaya niyang gawin. Which is weird kasi parang, why? So, so may ganun din. Pero it's more a confidence thing. It's more a self-esteem thing. Feeling niya kaya niya. Okay? So the feeling of capability, not just actual capability, dictates rin yung attitude ng person dun sa challenges, obstacles, unexpected stuff that comes their way. Kung iti-treat ba nila yun as parang, sign na to na I quit this, or sign to na, kaya, tuloy ko lang to. And that's weird, right? Because parang may mindset stuff doon and then may practical stuff din. Meron talaga akong makakilala na parang, yeah, confidence lang yung puhunan. Yun. So of course may dangers din yun. Kumbaga not advisable na parang puro confidence. So yun. Pero meron ding people that bini-build up talaga yung skill sets nila. So when push comes to shove, they actually know what to do. And sometimes mas lumalabas nga yung level of mastery nila kapag nandun na yung pressure, kapag nandun na yung challenge. Kasi pag may mastery levels ka na in your skill, wala nang thrill pag madali. Chill ka lang, hintayin mo muna yung deadline, tapos habulin mo na lang. Kasi madali na eh. Hinahanap mo yung thrill, hinahanap mo yung excitement. So that's one drawback of mastering something, like building a craft or being good at something. You need higher levels of challenge para mapalabas yung galing mo. Yan. And then most of the time, basta yung feeling is like, people would praise you for your normal level of performance. Kasi sa kanila, that's on par na with excellence. But for you, alam mong, yeah, that's just my 55%. Parang ganun. So, yeah, there's that. Any follow-up questions?
Actually, yes, may follow-up question ako.
Okay,
But
okay.
but this might be weird kasi parang basing on your answers, parang those are practical ways, like yung dapat na, I mean, yung dalawang metrics natin is depending on your desire and then depending on your capabilities, which I agree na pwede nating tingnan. But also on the other hand, parang do you believe in science? Like, sorry, it might be random, pero yun lang. Do you believe in science, or parang what's your take? I'm just
Oh,
curious. Like from the
actually,
universe, parang ganyan.
actually, yung label kasi, if a thing is for you or not, is always gonna be subjective eh. So, kunyari, yung science, kunyari, gusto mo talagang ituloy, you're gonna be on the lookout for signs na ituloy. And then, kung ayaw mo na, you're gonna be on the lookout for signs. Parang ano lang yan, parang,
Gets. Yeah, gets.
yeah, so parang, kunyari, may kaaway ka, di ba? Tapos naghahanap ka ng kakampi. You would go to the person na alam mo against din talaga sa kaaway mo na in the first place. You won't go to the person na dedepensahan nyo, no? Kaya sa amin ni wife, like, meron kaming rule na pag nag-away kami na matindi and wala muna kaming pag-uusap, I won't go to her friends. She won't go to my friends. Because the tendency, is, sorry, baliktad. So I would go to her friends, not my friends. Pag magkaaway kami. She would go to my friends and not her friends. Because the tendency is, yung sarili naming friend circle would defend us and make us feel na, hindi bro, ikaw yung tama eh. Dapat ito yung sinabi, ito yung i-assert mo and stuff, ikaw yung tama. Kasi kaibigan ko sila eh. And on her end, her friends would tell her, hindi, mali si Harry, and stuff like that. So, baliktad yung approach. Same with family. So, ganun din. Pag kaaway, hindi siya pwedeng lumapit sa family niya. Hindi ako pwedeng lumapit sa family ko. If makakabanding ako, mga kuya niya, ate niya. Pag makakabanding siya, nanay ko, kapatid ko. Because kailangan namin mabalanse yung dynamic. We can always look for what supports or kumbaga, breaks yung decision making natin or preferences natin depending on kung saan mo talaga mas gusto. And that's a good thing to look at. Parang, ano ba yung mas parang hinahanap mo? Even the question lang na parang, nyari, universe, bigyan mo ako ng sign kung itutuloy ko to. Versus, universe, bigyan mo ako ng sign kung ititigil ko to. Right? Doon pa lang sa placing of that question, may preference, may bias na hari. So, human beings are fascinating. Ayan. May follow-up question ba, Kat, from the group?
Okay na po ako. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you.
Great question. Salamat ka. From the group, like ibang questions, ibang topics that you'd like to ask about. So anything you're curious about or you're trying to sort out? Naisip ko tuloy yung sunk cost fallacy. Yeah. Sunk cost fallacy is basically kapag invested ka na into something, it's just harder to let go. The more resources you put into it. Oras man yan, pera, energy, focus, like, in-effortan mo ng marami, whatever it is. But mas mahirap i-let go kapag emotionally invested ka na into something. Yeah. So cutting our losses is actually a good practice, or in a sense parang when to quit. Okay? Kaya mahirap mag-quit kasi we're labeling it as negative. Yun lang mga quotes na parang winners don't quit, quitters don't win. Sobrang nakakainis kasi parang lang niya, ang cliche niya, pero sa nuances talaga ng buhay natin, ang daming iba't ibang klase ng wins, small and big, and iba't ibang klase ng pag-quit. And for how long, diba? And yung process pa. And may pros and cons for every choice. Laging trade-offs lang talaga. It's not like one blanket na pag ito yung pinili mong path, negative yan all throughout. If you continue in a specific path, kahit negative yung start nun, it can actually be fulfilling at one point. So mistakes are just turning points in the making. Yeah, but we don't view it that way. When we quit something, it feels like a failure. It feels like something na dapat hindi mangyari. However, hindi natin mapipigilan na mag-quit in certain things for a few reasons. One, it can be timing. Okay? So parang like the somewhere down the road song na parang we had the right love at the wrong. Gosh, kasi ganun din kami ni wife eh. So, engaged kami before, tapos nag-iwalay kami, tapos nag-engage kami, tapos kinasal kami. Diba? So, somewhere down the road, kind of thing. So, timing. Minsan, hindi pa talaga yun yung trend. Minsan, masyado kang nauuna dun sa like, mga bagay-bagay. Even in business, no? So, yung AI, may AI naman na dati pa, di ba? Pero bakit hindi siya pumalo in the same way? Kasi iba pa yung distribution channels and the virality and social media is very different. Right? The platforms itself. Yung use case scenario rin ng AI is hindi pa ganun kalaki dati. Hindi siya parang for consumers na talaga, like normal people, masa, diba? Gumagamit nun is more bigger companies and stuff. So, may trends, may timing yung mga bagay. And minsan, kung hindi pa talaga timing, quitting is actually wiser to do. Instead of focusing on it prematurely and wasting more resources. Pangalawa is there are limits to personal capacity. So, minsan nauubos talaga tayo. Minsan ayaw naman talaga nating i-quit, pero nagiging kailangan i-quit kasi hindi mo na kaya i-handle. It's like you're juggling multiple balls, and then sa sobrang dami ng gina-juggle mo, may mabibitawan ka kasi hindi mo na kayang pagsabay-sabayin. Minsan naman, ubus na, napapagod, di ba? No burnout, there's different stuff to sort out. And then, kasama rin doon, pasok rin doon yung emergencies. Okay? Sometimes, there's things that you have to tend to at walang ibang pwedeng mag-show up for that, kundi ikaw. So temporarily, you'll have to quit something, or minsan permanently, you'll have to quit something. Okay. So these are just some examples of life happening. Okay. And then there's actually quitting kasi there's losses na. Okay. It happens in business, happens in trading, happens in different projects that we have. No? So it's not necessarily out of timing, hindi mo na kayang tangkihin yung losses that you're getting out. So, pwedeng monetary, kumbaga paglugi na yung business, di ba, and stuff. Minsan ilalaban pa kung meron ka pang other sources of funding. Pero kung wala ka ng other sources of funding, then quitting is one of the ways to move on, basically. So these are just some things. Pero how do you know if time to quit on something na, eto na pala yan, sorry. Hindi ko nabasa yung question, sinasagot ko na. But yeah, I mean, these are the factors, the usual factors we can look at. But ano naman, parang you can also look at some quitting is temporary. Okay? It's a setup for a comeback. Okay? So hindi lahat ng quitting is equal. Okay? Iba kasi pwede pa talagang balikan. No? Yung iba pwedeng i-attempt na balikan. And then yung iba talaga hindi na pwedeng balikan. Okay? So yeah. So before letting go of opportunities na lalo na yung permanent na, tapos hindi na talaga pwede, mas kailangan mo i-consider yung mga factors. Pero yung mga pwede pang mabalikan, may pag-asa pa na i-sort out at another time, temporary lang na quitting, then, kumbaga, less pressure siguro na bitawan yun for now, or like to dwell too much on it. Yan. Interesting. Pag quitting kasi, parang the common idea is there's a sense of permanent. Oo, normal yan. No? Kasi the word itself, parang parang tinuldukan mo na yung mismong scenario di ba? I guess shifting the words that we use then for letting go of some things can be helpful. Usually what I do when I find something na challenging for me, shifting the words can be helpful. Yeah. So example, failing, failing itself. Ayoko ng word na failure, failing. Makes me feel na parang parang wala nang pag-asa, parang ganun. It makes me feel na parang na-judge na yung circumstances and parang nabigyan na siya ng limit na parang hanggang doon na lang. Okay. So I actually saw this clip from Simon Sinek, na whenever I identify failures, mistakes, ganyan and stuff, ang word na ginagamit ko is falling, because that's an advice directly galing sa isang interview with him. Falling, kasi the initial idea with falling is you can get back up. Yeah. Kumbaga may bounce. When you think of falling, may kagad siya, may immediate opposite na madaling intindihan na may pag-bounce back. Tapos yung gap nun is just, ginagawa na kasi natin yun na parang on a normal basis, on a normal day, pwede ba bumagsak ka dyan, mag-stay ka ba talaga doon kung nag-fall ka? Kung kaya mo pang tumayo, tatayo ka That's the normal human behavior, right? Pero with yung gap ng failure tsaka success, opposites. Gap ng word na failure tapos ng word na success. Ang hirap i-reconcile. Parang ang laki ng agwat nila. Tapos most people naman in life ay hindi pa talaga yung super successful in na-achieving. So parang they have no idea what success is like or they haven't experienced it. So hindi na normal na parang, nag-fail ako, magiging successful ako. Hindi ganun yung response As opposed to, nadapa ako. But alam mo kagad natin yung at one point kasi parang, kanina, naglalakad kami ni wife, napatid ako sa gutter, muntik na ako madapa. Kasi nagsa-cellphone ako. So, ang mangyayari kung nadapa talaga ako, tatawanan ako ng asawa ko bago niya ako tulungan. Tapos, kahit hindi niya pa ako tulungan, pusa na akong tatayo, papagpagan ko yung sarili ko. I don't wanna stay there. Tapos andun pa yung guard, andun pa yung katindera na ito yung dumadaan na mga nagbabike. I just don't wanna stay in that state. Normal, when I fall, I will get up. That's the connection in my head. Hindi siya pareho when it comes to failure and success. Diba? So, nag-ADHD mode ako kung saan ako napunta. I hope it still makes sense. Shifting the words that we use to describe our experiences, kung ano yung mas normal sa'yo na may positive side, like yung reverse engineer that. Okay? Questions from the group. Follow questions. Anything else in mind?
Can I still ask?
Wala.
I agree kay Tiffany. Nasabi niya parang common kasi yung sense of permanence. And siguro yun din yung parang take ko dun, especially before, parang once you quit, feel mo there's no coming back, parang ganyan.
Yeah.
So yung question ko ngayon, Kage, is dun sa sinasabi mo na pwede naman siyang temporary quitting lang or pause lang. Parang did you decide for it before that decision actually happen, or parang eventually marirealize mo lang after quitting na that's something pala na pwede kong balikan? Like if kayang i-relate natin, sorry, this might be personal, you may or may not share, but since nabanggit mo kanina na you were engaged with your wife before and then nag-break up and then nagbalikan ulit, and then which eventually led to marriage. So I'm curious, parang if yung mga quitting ba na ganun, like for example, was it permanent initially, or alam mong that's something na babalikan? Yeah.
Actually, nung
Thanks.
sinisimula ko yung tanong, kahit hindi mo pa like sinabi yung sa personal part, ang pumasok na agad sa isip ko is to share that situation. Kasi, okay, so the agreement, kwento ko ng konti. So nasa Manam kami. It was the final day. Pero hindi namin pinlano na it was the final day. I didn't actually know that she was gonna break the engagement off with me and then decide to break up. Okay? So, nung ring up niya yung topic na kailangan muna natin maghiwalay, tingin ko ito yung best for us. Okay? So, umiigo pa ako ng sinigang na beef short ribs with watermelon. Diba? Yung parang, hindi ko, wala, I was caught off guard. Like, wala akong idea na ganun yung, it was just date night. I didn't know what would happen. But when that was brought up, I need to honor the space for conversation with that. So I clarified as much as possible until we came to an agreement. So sa agreement namin, it's more, wala muna tayong pansinan. So walang mag-effort, walang anything, walang pakailaman sa isa't isa. We're just gonna focus on our own thing. Kasama din yung agreements na kung makahanap ka ng iba and feeling mo, that's, yeah, yun yung so okay pursue and stuff. So totally fine. You don't have to inform me. Walang ganun. So parang, it's basically, in a sense, cutting each other off from our lives. Which to me was a shock. Pero, kumbaga parang dahil paano ba? Dahil I've worked on myself naman. Toxic pa ako nun, like sobrang dami kong stuff. Pero I guess personal development stuff pa rin kicked in. So created that space and stuff. Because the person is important enough to me. Okay? So, yeah, cut off talaga sa buhay ng isa't isa. For 2 years. Yeah. That's the agreement. Pero, hinatid ko pa rin siya pa uwi. Nag-grab car kami. 2 stops. So, isa sa bahay nila yung una, tapos sa bahay namin. Tapos, Grab driver yung pinapatugtog niya is yung ano, kung di rin tayo sa huli. Tapos kinanta namin yun, nag-duet kami, sinabayan namin. So nagmo-moment kami as if it's like a ritual thing na parang nag-agree na tayo, eto na, tapos na. This is the final night, we're gonna up together. Sige, kantahin natin to with all our hearts. Tapos umiiyak na si Manong driver. Kasi, naging moment niya na 2 days ago, 7-year relationship, naghiwalay din pala sila. So sabi lang, ganda ng duet niyo, naluluha ako. Naluluha talaga siya. Tapos sabi, bakit Manong, may hugot kaya ata? Sabi, kakabreak lang namin. So parang, pambihira naman, dapat moment natin to, naging kay Manong pa. Anyway, to answer the question, some things you can attempt to repair if you feel like it. So parang, you can quit it at one point, pero there's the attempt pa rin. Possible yung attempt. Some things yung attempt mismo is imposible na. The thing is, 2 years ago when we broke up, we were different people. And then after 2 years, basically ibang version na ibang tao na yung magkausap. So, mag-iiba pa talaga yung preferences, yung importance, yung capability. Like, maraming pwedeng magbago as you step back. It's very different kapag here's something na pinapursue mo, naka-zoom in ka. Kasi iba yung point of view. When you quit, like you can go top view or like view things from afar. And pwedeng magbago pa yung mga pananaw and decision making and considerations moving forward. Minsan nga, di ba, even in relationships, even in client deals, meron mga clients na parang, okay, nag-usap kayo, tapos di ka makapag-negotiate, di ka makapag-deal. Tapos kapag nag-start ka na magsabi na, okay, mag-walk away na ako dito, tsaka kahabulin. Medyo nakakainis kasi parang kailangan mag-inarte ka pa ng konti para lang, parang, alam mo yun, sabihin nila, ay hindi, sige, we changed our mind, we made up our mind, like, you're the best person to work. Yung tipong ayaw mo lang ibaba yung pricing mo o ayaw mo i-adjust yung schedule, di ba? Pero gusto ka talaga nila maka-work. May mga ganun eh. Na by walking away from some things, you're repositioning the angle by which you're looking at that specific thing. And you can decide differently, hopefully better or from a better state about that specific thing. Minsan naman it's a different shape and form. So yes, nagkabalikan kami ni wife. Pero, hindi naman talaga kami nagkabalikan in the sense na I'm not married to the same person that I broke up with. Diba? Minsan, nag-quit ka ng isang business and then you're gonna go back to business and it's gonna be a different product. It's gonna be a different service. It's gonna be a different market. But it's the same path of entrepreneurship. So, may layers pa rin siya, may different shapes and forms of what we quit and then what we pick back up or attempt to pick back up at another point in time. Pero ang main talaga na factor is tayo yung nagbabago along the way. So whenever you quit something, the version of yourself that quit that thing, and then kung babalikan mo man yun, hindi na parehong version of self yung babalik doon. Hindi na 100% the same. Probably may similarities pa rin, but most likely, like, merong shifts, merong changes. May ibang realizations, may ibang tendencies, may ibang potential that can be tapped. Haba ng sagot ko dun yun. But I hope that makes sense. Meron bang follow-up questions or other questions from the group? And if you're here, magpakita naman kayo para mamaya sa picture taking, hindi na tayo maghihintayan, di ba? So, pakita na kayo ngayon para Friday night naman, di ba? Ayan. Hi, Claire. Ayan, sige. Any questions pa from the group? What are you trying to sort out? Ayan. Hi, Rain. So, anong fini-figure out nyo right now? Any curiosities? Go, Rain.
Ay, I'm using phone kasi ngayon kasi mabagal yung internet. But, yeah, dinig ba ako?
Yes, all good.
Ayun, sige, yeah. Thank you for the invite, by the way. So, like I said then with our chat kanina, you mentioned about, like, on my end, right now, it's like I've always really have to think about. It's not that I'm overthinking siguro, but when I do something, I still have to think of what's gonna be happen. So I form like a scenario on my mind. So before I do something, I already have a scenario of the possibilities of what will happen. So I'm kind of hold back after that. Kasi nga, I've been into, I don't want to admit, but I have to admit that I still really have a fear of rejection. Kaya in my 2 years in the space, my industry right now, I never asked or apply. I let them come to me. But in a way, because I opened myself to this, I couldn't filter right away. Instead, if you're selecting something na ito yung gusto mo maka-work. So because of that fear, I kind of held back myself, and it's been so long that I've held back. So right now, I really don't want to hold back already. So anong masasabi niyo po? Because it's always like the trauma in the past, getting back, and now like the bigger you want to do, the bigger things making you like hindrance.
Right. I hear you, Rain. Two quick answers to that. First is you ask yourself, am I the same person as 2 years ago? Okay. So 2 years ago is when you started to work on something and that has built up results up to this point. May progress, may growth. And then you ask yourself, parehong tao pa rin ba ako as compared to 2 years ago? And most likely, you know the answer to that. And then you just look at the differences. Anong pinagkaiba nung ako 2 years ago sa ako right now? If you can identify those differences, write them down. Like, place them somewhere na pwede kang ma-remind of those differences. Now, when I say differences, it's not just the positive side that you see. Pwede rin naman na may negative din. But what matters is you're aware that you're a different version of yourself. That's one. Yan. Pangalawa is to ask, what's the worst that could happen? Okay? So you ask, example, it's mga ginagawa mo like, anong pinakamalupit na rejection yung pwede yung ma-receive? Okay? Tipong, pag ni-reject ka, kikidnapin ka ba nila, tapos ilalagay ka sa container, isi-ship ka sa Africa, ganun? Like, ano yung pwede nilang gawin at pwedeng mangyari sa'yo na pinakamalalang rejection? Okay? If you can actually identify the worst case scenario, and then think of like a bounce back plan, meaning, if sakaling mangyari itong pinaka-worst case scenario, here's how I'm gonna recover from that. Okay? So yung pinakamalalang pwedeng mangyari, pero alam mo na at naplano mo na at pwede mong paghandaan paano ka magbabounce back from it. Lahat ng ibang pwedeng mangyari, kaya mo na i-handle. Kasi yung worst nga, kaya mo nang i-handle. So example nga, kinidnap ka, tapos nag-contact napunta ka sa Africa, okay? Paano ka uwi ng Pilipinas? Well, like, kung yun man, like as an example. Okay? Ngayon, I can think of, actually, parang ayoko nga umuwi ng Pilipinas kung napunta. Parang gusto ko muna explore yung wilds ng Africa. Anyway, but that's those twofold things could be very helpful initially as a mental exercise. Just seeing how different you are as a person. There's gonna be realizations around that. Okay? It's not about circumstances. It's not about opportunities. It's not about the people around you. Ikaw mismo yung nagbago. Okay? You have transformed. You have evolved. You have, kumbaga, unfold ka differently, di ba? Parang dati caterpillar, tapos ngayon butterfly. Or pwedeng caterpillar pa rin, pero mas maraming nakain na leaves. Okay? But either way, like, ano man yung description mo. And then, worst case scenario, what can I do to bounce back from worst case scenario? And you're all set from there. May follow-up question ka ba doon? Anything to further sort out?
I thank you for that. Sobrang ano sa akin, like is this some sort of ADHD ba? I mean, yung ano ko, I always I know that's the right thing, that I need to like this kind of mindset. So when I do it, parang nandun na siya sa utak ko, and at the same time, pumupunta I cannot focus on one. Ay parang ang daming ideas na generate sa utak ko. And
Right.
then
This is why the instructions, kailangan mo siyang isulat. Okay? Because when things are inside your head, it's all jumbled. Walang structure, walang categories, walang ways to process it differently. Because it's just continuous processing, not focused processing. So when you start to write things down, you're creating something from idea to execution to actual output. Even that is a process of creation. Okay? Kapag written na yung mga thoughts mo somewhere else, it can also be voice recorded, pwedeng video recorded, basta you're getting your thoughts outside of your head. And you can consume it as if you're observing it outside of yourself. It came from you, but you created something out of it, a different shape and form, and then now you're the observer of your own thoughts. Okay? Now, that's a different setup. When it's all here, jumbled yan lahat. Walang space to process. Ang hirap mag-focus, ang hirap himay-himayin. When you record it somewhere else, you're looking at it from a third-party perspective. Okay? You've recreated your thoughts in a different... So it's like you're cloning yourself. Does that make sense? Parang kinlone mo yung sarili mo, tapos kausap mo ngayon yung sarili mo. Di ba? But now, like kunyari, yung kilay mo pala tabingi, ayusin natin. Because you can see it. Okay? Hala, yung hairstyle mo pala, like may puti ka ng buhok dito, so, yan. Masakit ba yung ulo mo? Sige, lagyan kita ng Vicks Vapor Rub. But does that make sense as a concept? Okay, that's our relationship with our thoughts. Na parang kang may kakambal, tapos may yung konsensya mo, pero nag-uusap lang kayo all within this space, tapos parang kayo nag-inner conflict all the time. Tapos di mo rin siya lalo maintindihan. So make it as if something is tangible, kaharap mo, you can interact with it. Okay? And that changes things. Yeah.
thank you for that. Yeah, consistency. Tinatry ko siyang isulat, pero minsan it's stuck on my head. So yeah, I'll be consistent. Thank you, Kage.
Right. And pwedeng hindi writing, maybe get a friend na binibidyo ka lang everyday. Like, pwedeng voice recorded. I used to have a pen na niregalo sa akin na voice recorder at the same time. Okay. Gosh, I kind of want that pen ulit, pero hindi ko alam saan bibili. Kung may link kayo sa Shopee, sa Lazada, like, pa-send na lang. But yeah, record it anywhere else. It can also be visuals, like drawing, like symbols. Pwede yun, as long as it makes sense to you. Mind mapping actually helps. Yeah. That requires like a different tool naman. Ako nagdo-drawing ako sa iPad. Okay? Minsan just drawing, as in pure drawing, walang words. Okay? There's different ways you can do it. So yeah. What matters though is pag ni-record mo na somewhere else, kailangan mo siyang balikan. It's the commitment to process it that matters more. So importante yung pag-record somewhere else. But more important, yung pagbalik doon, you get back to it and you give it space to be processed. Kasi what happens, kapag di mo siya binigyan space na ma-process, it eventually goes back to your head. So, nasayang yung effort sa pag-record somewhere else because eventually parang hihigupin din siya pabalik. Right. We hate loops. We hate unfinished loops pala. So kapag something is like bitten, di ba, and stuff, kaya may cliffhanger sa every episode eh. Ang series na pinapanood mo, yung nakakapikon. Lalo na yung season finale, tapos alam mo may next season pa, parang isang taon, 2 taon ka rin maghihintay. But it's designed to make you think of it. So it will go back to your head kapag unfinished business siya. Yeah. Game, clear. Go ahead. Like, ask away.
Kagi kung ano lang yung kayang masagot during the dito kasi malapit na pala mag-alas 6. Anong tawag dito? Connected dun sa sinabi ng ibang tao na tayo mga years ago. Tapos I think may naalala ko, nabanggit nyo rin na yung mga tinuro nyo rin dati sa amin, medyo nag-evolve na. Kasi di ba like yung mga 4th year, etc. Kasi syempre may mga bagong learning, mga natutuhan na kayo na experience. So curious ako, yung dun sa zone of genius, ano po yung naging changes dun sa how you see it now? Tapos tsaka tapos para sa mga, ito siguro parang connected din sa magiging session natin, pero baka maganda malaman din nila. Ano yung suggestion ninyong mga gawin or activity, dapat gawin na for self-awareness na exercise or activity para para masimulan naming ma-identify yung zone of genius namin. So, yun.
Sige. Nice. Zone of genius. Actually, controversial na kasi yung take ko sa zone of genius right now. So, take it with a grain of salt. It's overrated at this point. Okay? Why do I say that? Like, there's this naging movement about Clifton or Gallup's trends. Okay? Nothing against with the whole thing. But I've seen how it's really not about what you discover for yourself. Okay? That matters. Okay? It's how you use it. Okay? Example, like, I've hired a few team members. Kasama yung assessment, Gallup assessment. So, alam ko na yung strengths nila and stuff. And then, I would ask them for ito yung tasks nila, ito yung stuff that we're trying to do, ito yung goal natin we're accomplishing and stuff. And then, the strengths are used along these lines. Okay? Hindi ko kasi strength yan eh. Okay? And then parang hindi ko na strength mag-math eh. Huwag na kaya ako magpasweldo. Parang ganun din. I can, if I would be bitchy about it, right? The idea is, even if you know now what you're good at, it will always need an outlet before siya lumabas. Okay? So, the zone of genius is not static. Usually, when you say zone of genius, may application point na dapat siya. So, it will not really become a zone of genius by theory. Okay? Pero a lot of people still lack the experience in trying different things para masabi talaga saan sila genius about. Okay. So yun yung kulang. Okay. There's a way to discover that, but there's usually, may pinost ako the other day na parang, if 25 years old ka na, pwedeng newbie ka sa isang skill pero hindi ka newbie sa buhay. There's value for you to give. Okay. A fully developed prefrontal cortex happens at 28 years old. So parang totoong tao na tayo by 28. Okay. So kung hindi pa tayo buong tao, like, di ba, kung hindi pa 28 years old, you're still developing. And this is why even most of our assessments, yung mga sinasagot mong personality quiz, mga iba't ibang stuff, mas ano na siya, mas less na yung nagiging shifts sa answers mo from 28 and above. Okay? So age is a factor as well. Okay? So if ever a person is meant to parang discover more of their zone of genius, look at all your experiences. So una, look at your age. If wala pang 28 years old, I would encourage that person to explore. Pwedeng may main thing siya, main craft na binibuild, and then may tinatry pa rin iba't ibang stuff. Okay? Or pwede namang halo-halo talaga, like, kung ano yung mga ginagawa niya. But experience, ipon experience. And then above 28, it's about solidifying, narrowing down. And then zone of genius actually, nade-discover siya not only in theory, pero yun nga, kailangan may outlet. So kapag may mga napisil na tayo na, okay, ito yung mga potential zone of genius mo, ano yung evidences in your past na, okay, you've really done well with this, pero ite-test pa natin yan ulit with other outlets in the future to fully confirm. Yeah. It's actually 6:02. So, yun lang. Hanggang 6 p.m. yung pangako ko ngayon. Pero since we still have a few questions, I'll extend. Kung sakali naman na, you need to go na. It's totally fine rin naman to hop off. For now, I'll just invite us to take a picture to commemorate this Friday. Yeah. Pwede naman magstay kung wala pa kayong ibang gagawin. Yeah. Siguro we'll end by 6:15 max. Yeah. So, sumama sa picture. Yeah. Give us a few seconds of your lovely smiles. Game. Okay, sige. Game tayo. Ay, meron pa pala. Tiff and Axe. Suma kayo? Sige, game tayo. In 3, 2, 1. Ayun. Alright. Screenshot. Yeah, so go ahead, Dennis. Like, you have a question in mind?
Yeah. Hi, Harry. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Hello.
all good.
Okay, nice to meet you all. Thank you for this time, and nice to see you again. You talked about fear in your email and the support system. That's very true, right? In the email that you sent us, something about fear and the value of a support system. Now, another topic that comes to mind when it comes to freelancing, kasi you were talking about freelancing, and for the longest time is mindset. So I'd like to know how is paano ma-improve yung mindset natin? Kasi it's always a primary factor. And what's a good book on mindset? Yun lang.
Naisip ko kahit book on mindset is mindset. That's an actual book naman rin talaga. Pero here's the thing. Hanggang sa huli nating hininga, there's something to fix with the way we think. Also, some of the things that's working for you right now, mindset-wise, may not work for you in the future at another season of life. A few examples. Okay, iba yung mindset na nag-work for a single person to a person na married na. Tapos iba rin yung mindset na mag-work for a person with kids versus without kids. And even if napakinabangan natin yung isang version of a mindset sa specific season of life, hindi ibig sabihin na mapapakinabangan natin siya ng todo o in the same capacity, in the same intensity or effectivity moving forward. Okay? More than mindset or nagpapadali para magbago yung mindset is character. So it's more identity and who you want to be. Kasi yung mindset, it's immeasurable, it's hard to quantify, it's hard to describe what it is. Madalas ang ginagawa natin is, ang pinang-breakdown natin sa mindset is yung statements, like limiting beliefs or enabling beliefs. Pero hindi naman talaga natin sure kung yun yung belief na pinaniniwalaan natin. Or it works alongside the power of suggestion. I've seen a lot of people, kanyari, entering into like workshops na hindi naman nila limiting belief yung isang limiting belief. Pero pagtapos ng workshop na yun, they now believe na kasama yun sa limiting beliefs nila. And in the same way, baliktad na naging empowering belief for some people, yung hindi naman, yung belief na hindi naman talaga na in-embrace in the first place. Okay? So example, yung affirmations. Okay? I am enough. Okay? So pwedeng hindi niya yung pinapaniwalaan talaga, pero kaya niya lang i-word out and i-describe. Mas makikita mo yung mindset sa galaw, hindi sa salita. But character, identity, who we are, mas madaling i-relate sa habits, mas madaling i-relate sa ginagawa talaga natin. Yeah. So it's like reverse engineering emotions or feelings pabalik sa thoughts. Okay? So if you feel sad, it's because there are sad thoughts that support the emotion of sadness. So parang inside out 2 lang. Diba? So may inside out 1 and 2. So the idea is merong nangyayari inside the head and then the emotions would respond to it. So thoughts before feelings. So kung gusto mo mas malaman kung ano yung thoughts mo, kapag mas familiar ka sa feelings mo, mas maging aware, especially repeating feelings, mas ma-reverse engineer mo ano yung thoughts that support that. So for improving mindset, set up ano yung character na gusto mong maging. Who do I want to be? Okay. And then describe that in detail as much as possible. And then choose activities that would support that character or reinforce yung character na yun if that's already something na existent in your life. So, meron ding mga non-activities. So, ito naman yung mga hindi mo pwedeng i-cross na boundaries, hindi mo pwedeng gawin na action because it would break the character that you're trying to build or who you are right now. So, example, if we're aiming for something, let's say, character trait is integrity. Okay? So, ano yung activities na pwede kong gawin so that I can be a person of better integrity? Okay? So, first, I won't overpromise with my services. Okay? So, realistic results only backed up by data. I won't say anything na lampas sa kung ano yung napatunayan ko na kaya kong gawin. No overpromising. Second naman would be, so ano yung line na hindi mo pwedeng i-cross? Okay? Actually, yung una ko example ay mas non-activity yun kasi that's a not to do. Okay? If it's a to do, then it's more along the lines of I will only present data backed up na presentations with my potential clients. Okay? So somewhere along those lines. But you get the idea of where this is headed. So less focus on mindset, more focus on character. Byproduct nun will be a better mindset. Yeah. And ano siya, parang reconciling din kasi yung approach na yan. In a sense na it's not previous mindset versus current mindset or future mindset. It's just you being true to yourself. Yeah. So hindi na kailangan i-overcomplicate yung process of mindset transformation. Yeah. My follow-up questions from the group. We have 5 minutes before we fully end tonight. For the book recommendation, so if i-base lang natin sa character transformation, I would suggest you pick up books na mas related to understanding your own values. Yan. More on self-awareness, the books. Okay. Or habit creation. Yeah. We still have 4 minutes. May pahabol ba
Thank you.
na curiosity? Yeah. Thank you, Dennis. Sino pa ba yung mga hindi nagtanong? Melody, Glenda, RD, Pax, Tiff, Anne. Meron pa ba? Or we can end this early na. Okay, all good. Pa-confirm lang, pa-confirm lang. Okay lang naman kahit walang tanong. Hindi magugunaw ang mundo. Yeah, so okay pa rin tayo. Makaka-dinner tayo ng mas maaga. Ayun, nasagot na po yung question. Solid, solid. Right. Mga okay na tayo for now. So maraming salamat everyone. Like, I really appreciate the time. Kumaga, we've shared thoughts and I hope you found that useful. Ayun. So, kita-kits whenever.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care, take care. Maraming salamat. Enjoy the weekend.